that you have been sucked into the black hole of machine writers, electronic addiction, which is a very simple way not only to get you addicted, but to condition and program and get you to enter one world. This frenzy on a newsworthy level, it's this, it's this, it's this. That's all part of the dream. We want you to imagine what's behind it. We've told you many times, a battle for control. All right, who's controlling? Is it the Schwabers, the UN, the Who-Who's, or the various clones or replicas, or people that are being taken out and replaced by a duplicate? That's a layer of it, there's no doubt about it. And there's a layer that you must always consider. It is a layer that frightens people. It is the reptilian layer. We've said many, many times, the reptiles are a dominating force on Earth. Not just on Earth. They have, you are a resource area within their empire. And as all empires go, they have their day. They have their time period. And you have heard the expression, as above, so below. I am another you, we are all connected. The great Chief Seattle, everything is connected. Everything is on the web of existence. So right now, what you're feeling on Earth, all the turmoil and all that's going to unfold and all the speculations and all the things that people think are happening, and you can see it among the youth, the collapse of their own biology, basically. They're all questioning what they are. And likely they are part of genetic experiments that are being fought over, because once again, you are a resource center. There are those that are part of your multidimensional retinue that are you, that come from your past and your future. They guide you, they protect you. Some of you have bigger assignments than others, and yet you are all here to do something. The less aware you are, meaning the less you think about things and the more you want to fall under beliefs that keep you cycling again and again, you have the opportunity to wake up any time in any body and have a big profound aha. But many people refuse it. Oh no, don't tell me, I don't want to know that. And they do not allow the spark of curiosity to light up within them. In order to gain dimensional awareness and to really navigate the dimensions, you have to want it. Yet each person that does not want it, they dream. You all dream. And everyone who dreams goes into the dimensions. And even if they are simplistic and don't want to know how the world operates, or don't want to think beyond their religion, or watching the cattle that they've been assigned to watch as they follow them out and up into the mountains and here and there, you are all part of something that makes something bigger work. And it has never been a plan really that could be viable to have a civilization that never ends. They begin and they end. There have been many life forms on Earth. You know all about them. There's been many times when reptiles ruled the air, not just the dinosaurs. There's all manner of types of humans, all manner of discoveries within the anthropological, archaeological records. You are in an opportunity of time. You are here basically to think, to expand your consciousness safely into new considerations. It only takes a few to broadcast a new frequency. Most of humankind is waiting for something big to happen. They are sensing. Many have been conditioned to believe that what's coming is very, very dire. If this is in your belief system, and then you have fear around it, and you cannot see a way that can shine some light, and you cannot even have the leap of faith that that light can be shown in, and that there are benevolent beings everywhere, because they have an investment in this reality, multidimensional game as well. If you are trapped in fear, and this is how the dark forces control you, then you are going to create your fear. This is the power that you have. If you dare to dream, if you dare to imagine, if you dare to trust that the field, whatever you want to call it, things can work out. They can. When you put all your faith in religious figures, you're often being deceived, because many of these religious figures are not worthy of the adoration and the faith that you have within them. Yet they can be figments of your own imagination, and you can turn some of these religious figures into something good because you want them to be good, and then because you want them and believe them, you can be saved. There's no one true reality. There are all manner of opportunities that you can tap into. And this we want you to hold on to understand that dimensions are going to blend really big. And many plans that are out there from all the beings, from the reptiles and the God mind and the dark forces and those that are under your feet. Many, 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 many things are under your feet inside the earth. Many, many civilizations, many enclaves, many from humans and other creatures, dimensions, giants, reptiles, you name it. It's all there. And it is true. It's very true that often some of the biggest power centers on the planet would have a dimensional or controlling enclave beneath them. As if you could go down the cellar steps of, say, Windsor Palace or something, Windsor Castle, and open a door. But it's possible, yes, that many of these places would have something like that. So let's just say that it is possible, but not all of the places that are grand would have a simple entry point. But it's been told time and again that people dig out old places, and sometimes the builders of old castles were told to build a big cellar complex. And then those who come from underneath, they have the technology to find the cellar complex. And they would build a cavern underneath any of your structures. The Vatican, the Washington, D.C. area, London, of course. London's ancient. Grand Paris, you name it. Khartoum, yes, in the Sudan. Sydney, perhaps. Australia. China for certain. Beijing. Back to China. China's the land of the dragons. And this is what Mao wanted to wipe out. Everything that the dragons taught the humans. And in ancient times, into modern times, it was understood that there were two dragons that battled. We've talked about this recently. And the story is that one dragon would teach and help humankind, and the other dragon would punish humankind. And that people, especially in the Eastern Hemisphere, understood that they got caught up between the drama of the dragons. Yet if you were to go to Rome today, let us say, or Florence, just a bit north of Rome there, where it was known for the Renaissance era, about 500 years ago or some such, you would find even then old reptilian symbols. Some of the statues that would be depicted from long ago would have serpents around them, or perhaps you would see a depiction of Poseidon riding a dragon in the water. So it's been there, this reptilian layer of your consciousness. And there have been a lot of work by very good researchers that have put all this together. But it is big to grasp, and very big to grasp. And we have suggested through movies and TV and all such things, you are being conditioned on some level to accept change. And when the movies or entertainment or books out there are written sometimes by people who have no idea what they are producing or making or writing, because you are multidimensional, and many beings from your past, your future, from the stars, from the dimensions, from reptilian realities, or psychics, or all kinds, can put ideas into your head and get you unwittingly to think, wow, this is a good idea, I'm going to carry out this task. In many ways, you are all mergeable. That's what we have said. You are all mergeable. You could not exist in the human form if you were not mergeable, if beings didn't help you, even the simplest of you, in your dream state. You are all multidimensional. You merge. You get into trouble when the merging becomes a possession. And then when you abdicate your body from fear, from trauma, or from misbehaviors, they're saying that very nicely, when you get into perversion and funk and destruction of others or yourself, then the dark forces move in. In many ways, you are never alone. So all of this appears to be coming to a boiling point, coming to emergencia, volcanic. And you all sense it psychically. And people have been moving and moving money out, and the banking is going to happen, and it might be the war, and there might be nuclear, and now the UFOs, they could land any time. Oh no, it might be a fake landing. Oh no, it's going to be real. It doesn't make any difference. When people are operated and stimulated into fear, the amygdala takes over. The amygdala is that little part of the brain there. It's like a fortress, and it warns you. You either have to fight or you have to flee, fight or flight. But there's another one in there, freeze, deer in the headlights. And when the deer in the headlights happens to you, you are highly programmable. And you can be made to do anything. And you can be made to stay frozen as a people. Big things are coming. It will be not good for the people who live in great fear. And for people who live in great confusion and have no idea of the power of their mind. To talk to the trees, to talk to the stars, to talk to the molecules of energy and the electromagnetic frequencies around you, and to conduct them, and to signal them into what you need and how you want things to be. How this will all play out, well, let's say there's plans within plans within plans within plans. And never underestimate the uncertainty principle. Never, ever, ever underestimate the pure coyote, miraculous sort of, is it magic or technology, or how did this happen in this way? Interventions. We've often said no one is going to save you. You are here to learn. But as each of you learn, you influence many others around you by what you broadcast. And let's say it's going to get very interesting. That you have been sucked into the black hole of machine writers, electronic addiction, which is a very simple way not only to get you addicted, but to condition and program and get you to enter one world. You see, as one branch of this reptilian life form, the reptilian influence is deeply buried in your genetic material. It's a difficult subject. In reality, they could wear an electromagnetic illusion, and even if you touched it, it would feel as if it is human. So it would be an electromagnetic mask, but underneath is a reptile. You help supply them with things they need for vaster aspects of their exploration. They are, by nature, curious, and they are very caste-oriented or class-oriented, and long time ago they learned to be slave masters. They learned to create life forms. Fortunately, it's manifested on Earth as what you call child trafficking, sex slavery. They're here for your genetics. They're here to experiment, to build a new species that you appear to be resisting against, the so-called genetically altered genders. It's all the electronic entertainment that is totally distorted, a way of taking you over and planting stories in your mind without having to think about things. A reptilian can wear a frequency cloak and look like a human. It's a frequency. A man body and a reptilian head. And she ran and screamed and etc. The story went that family came running from next door. Reptile ran off and to the other room, and poof, it moved out to the visible spectrum. That's the only way to describe it. And it moved into the visible spectrum, into her closet. So that is without devices, you understand? And now people's houses are maxed out to the devices. And this is not for smart devices or necessarily for the NRA or the NSA or whoever all these letters are, the alphabeters, to spy on you. And they spy on everything about you. But they're spying for ETs who want data. The data is fed into computers, RT Intel, which is a reptilian type of technology, because again the reptiles became creators of life, organic life, and now they are into inorganic life with a little organic in it because they feel it lasts longer, it causes less problems, and they have greater control over it. And this is part of the threat of what they want to turn humanity into, and people have called it transhumanism, where you are part creature and part machine. So, yes, they absolutely can come in by dimension. They can send probes, they can send things into your devices. You have this God ability within you. So the way you are manipulated is by expectation. Other dimensionals make the people do it. You follow?
Yes.
But there's other forces. It was designed to frighten people and to fix me, save me, help me, so that they would then take the real troublemaker, the real killer, the vaccination. When you do shallow breathing, there's no oxygenation that happens. In order to keep your brain very clear and balanced, you must bring oxygen into the body. You must learn how to breathe. And we've covered it again and again. Separate the jaw, relax the tongue. Through the nostrils, over the larynx, down to the bottom of the lungs. And you count. And it's just keep it simple, but you can change the count. But in order to steady yourself, inhale to the count of 4. Pause to the count of 4. Exhale to the count of 4. Pause to the count of 4. Another very excellent one is if you find yourself doing all kinds of whizzy crazy things, is to do alternative breathing. That means that you close off the right nostril and you inhale on the left side. 1, 2, 3, 4. You close off the left side, you pause, and you exhale 1, 2, 3, 4 on the right side. You pause, you inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, slower. On the right side, you close it off, you pause, You exhale on the left side, and you keep doing that. Because what it does is you're balancing the brain hemispheres. When you get crazy and when you get frightened, you get out of sometimes you get out of logical mind, and you get in high emotional state, and you activate the amygdala, and the amygdala is going woo, 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 woo. You must learn to calm the amygdala down, because it is you yourself that don't know how to respond. But sometimes the amygdala is giving you that warning because it really is a woo, 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 get out. So you must learn to discern the difference. Is the reptile at the door? And is it attempting to break down the door as it was in this girl's story as she hid in the bathroom? Or is it your fear that is projecting what's going to come down the pike? And you must learn to discern the difference. It's all about being present in the moment, calling on a guide, asking for guidance, calling on a prayer, whatever. But you must learn not to overreact, to act, not to react. Act with intention, respond. Anu, the emperor, the father of Enlil and Enki, all reptiles, but that can take on a visage of humans and have sex with humans, yet still be a reptile underneath. There's a hidden war going on. I do have the potential of having this new order established, because it's every few thousand years there's a new ruler or king of earth, and so this is the battle. Who's going to win? And this is what's coming together. And yet the humans can win. The humans can claim their own dignity and find those forces out there that will work with them. But you're not going to kill those forces or ever annihilate them. No, there is goodness and there is not goodness. So the big thing is, what do you want? Those of you who are aware, those of you who will lead the pack without the pack even knowing that they are being influenced by you, hold true to your dreaming. Trust yourselves. You are learning about things for a reason. And we have a big investment in you for a reason. And we always encourage you to have great parties, not because you are going to be blown up and the world is going to come to an end, so party to the end. Now we want you to celebrate life. We want you to create beauty. Beauty opens the senses. It makes you more psychic. It makes you connected to the majesty of existence. And so it's very exciting times to be alive. Follow your inner guidance. Trust yourselves. And create the very best, dear friends. And thank you, Mr. Khan, for helping out all of our listeners worldwide and popping in to, let's say, share your charisma. Stimulate us into deeper discussions of what our listeners need. So once again, create the best, dear friends. Good evening.